That was weird. That was weird. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about, but that just stopped streaming out of nowhere. That just stopped streaming out of nowhere. I didn't press anything. That was very strange. Very strange. I'm looking down and a new video is playing and I'm like, okay, I didn't stop streaming. I did not stop streaming. The goal for today is the games up and running. Harden what we have. We have to add a doesn't count to the bug counter, which is very important. Fix the request feed. And security comes in plain English. So I get Discord messages and it's like, this is happening right now. You're going through a bot attack. And for whatever reason, it just restarted on me. So that was strange. That, my friends, was strange. We're only going to be live for another half an hour-ish, but I've never had that happen. I've never had that happen. Okay, so the poll features should be good. With the poll, is there anything that you would recommend that we do that we haven't done that you've noticed in this chat? All right, let's get that going. Let's get that going. Let's get that going. All right, heads up, unrelated, uncommitted work. That's fine. Committed. Summary of what was wrong, what fixed. The previous delete job was incomplete. Okay, we're gonna ask you as well because we gotta make sure the bugs and the feature requests, which people are using a lot now, are up and running. Okay, shipped. Bug on the request. Full test. Okay, perfect. All right, so that was the ongoing bug in the comments section. And let's go into here. How am I gonna make it through the rest of my day if the stream is only 30 minutes longer? Oh, man. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. People are hungry for content that is not stupid content. I cannot now listen to dumb content. I don't know, I forgot where it was. It was probably about a month ago. I just started looking at who I was subscribed to on YouTube and what the videos were feeding me, and I'm just thinking, these are just dumb. These are just clickbait. Here's what's in the news. Here's what's on X. It was just so micro stories that nobody cares. You know, it's like that CEO that was with the secretary. It was like a huge story, and then nobody thinks about it. A huge story, nobody thinks about it. A huge story, nobody thinks about everything over time because we're fed with so much that the distillation of news needs to aggregate around what I believe is the best one, which is perplexity. I think perplexity is the best one because it essentially takes all of the news sources, like Fox is a news story, CNN is a news story, CNBC, CNBC, Fox Business. You have all of these, and then you have smaller channels like Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, LA Times. You have all of these, New York Post. You have all these distillations that need to aggregate into one area. And by the way, it's gonna be freaking 90 degrees. It's gonna be 90 degrees. That's crazy. And you have to understand, okay, why are they putting this in front of me? Why is this story for me? That was essentially Friday's entire live. Friday's entire live was how to think. Because when you get to the point where you know how to think, the world is not scary anymore. You just go for the truth and you understand the truth and then you work your way back. It's essentially what Elon Musk said is first principles thinking. Obviously, he didn't think of it. First principles, I think, was Plato. So it's been around for thousands of years. It's just a matter of distilling news, distilling the future, distilling your life, whether it's your health or it's your money or it's your job or it's your relationship or it's your kids or if it's your friends or your family or events. You have to distill life into first principles thinking. That's the best way to say it. Okay, yeah, those loose ends in this chat that I flagged but never closed, the repost itself is still ugly. Okay, then why did you ship ugly posts? That was the entire, there we go. you're getting the exact same prompt as well. We're gonna go over here. Although, it seems like your connection is bad. Yeah, I don't know, buffering. Finish the sandwich story. Hey bro, your stream connection is kind of choppy today. Opal as well. He showed chat in 10 minutes low. Ah, that sucks. It's so weird because on my end, it looks good. Uh-oh. We're hearing double, unless someone just did something. Yeah, so essentially, we were done with the aquarium. I was thinking about it the whole, okay, I love the Baltimore aquarium. This is great. I'm like 8 or 9 years old. I can't wait for my sandwich. I'm super hungry. I'm gonna have it going from Baltimore back to New York. And my dad's gonna be driving. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait, da-da-da. We got, you know, spicy mustard, kitchen sink on it. My dad opens the trunk, goes into the igloo, whatever you call that, the cooler, pulls out the sandwich. No words were said. No words were said. Takes it out. I thought he was going to give it to me. He doesn't. He walks around the car to the right. I'm to his left. He walks around the car to the right, goes across the street, hands it to a guy that's sitting there, and I'm just standing there. No words were spoken, by the way. No words were spoken. He comes back, closes the cooler, closes the trunk, gets into the car, and I'm starving. And we're driving. The first words were about, he goes, by the way, you like the Baltimore Aquarium? I was like, but my sandwich, brah. My sandwich. And that was it. You know, my dad would be walking around New York City, and then we're like, where the heck is my dad? My dad's, you know, 15 feet behind, talking to a homeless guy, giving him some dough. And, you know, his dad was really hard on him. His grandfather was hard on his dad. His grandfather's grandfather. You know, it's like, life is so easy right now. It is so easy. So easy. Dude, I'm live streaming to across the world, drinking a coffee, drinking water, and we got these people, these absolute knuckleheads talking online about, I need more rights, I need more, dude, you don't need anything. Do you understand what your ancestors had to deal with? What society had to deal with for thousands of years? And you're sitting there like an absolute knucklehead online, just an absolute dweeb. You know, and I'll go into it. Oh, okay. Waiting for that sandwich. Yeah, dude, it hit me because the priest was like, yeah, your father was like Saint Joseph. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to explain that to me. He said that after the Mass. Like my father's Mass, even though my father was Lutheran. He was, I think he actually, so I looked it up. Apparently he was in Bavaria, Germany, which in the 1500s was where Martin Luther was. So I think he was Catholic, then converted to Lutheranism because of Martin Luther, and I don't know if it was Zwingli, I don't know. But then he came over, so he came over to America, and I think he's from Steen, Germany, Stein. So essentially your last name, or is it Bowden? I don't know, it was one of them. And he came over, and essentially your last name was where you're from. You never moved. There was no like going to another place. Everyone just grew up in the same area because it was all unknown. Everything outside of the world was unknown. And then it just kind of like expanded, just expanded like that. There's no like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to a completely area that doesn't speak anything and we don't know who they are because you're gonna die on the way. A couple of things I noticed but didn't touch in case you want around. Same bug class on the FR title, same bug class. I got something about men who just sit online, by the way. This story got served up to me, and it's a grown man. He's married, he's got a lot of kids, he's a faithful man, he's a good guy. But to make online content, to talk about like beefs online, it's feminine to me. It's very like, dude, what are you gossiping? Like, what are you doing? Did your father really put you on earth to gossip about other men, about online stuff, about men that you're never gonna meet in real life? It's very strange to me. That's why I don't go on X or TikTok. I just totally deleted. I was getting some psychos in my DMs when I created content. In a month, I got 100,000 views. I got thousands of people following me, and then I was just getting weird. Girls were saying like, "Hey, we should go out," and I'm like, I don't like. This is strange. Guys, I don't know. The whole online space is very weird to me. People that do that, and to be honest, it's going to be offensive. It's very low IQ. It's very low IQ. It's just, how does your wife look at you and be like, I thank you for providing for us, but I don't care. Your wife is looking at you. It's just strange to me. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but even the word feel, a couple of things I noticed. Okay, we'll paste that in there. The highest artist thing, yes. Okay, so everything was done when it comes to the poll. All right, fellas, go into the poll area, start banging that out. Just start punching it in the face. Give it a little couple uppercuts. Maybe a jab, right hook, as what's his name, famously, Gary Vaynerchuk. I haven't listened to Gary in a while. What's he up to? His office is literally within probably 4 avenues. You know, he's within like a quarter of a mile of me. So we're all good here. I can close out this chat. Give me one word answer. All right. Waiting for that sandwich. Yep, in the old days, they used liquor as pain. You should have seen the Minneapolis City Council yesterday talking about the lawn gun violence. Son, when are you fixing UI? Son, when are you fixing? Is Gary Vee still relevant? I know. Oh yeah, I know. Mobile's going to be by itself, by the way. Mobile's going to be by itself. I can't be doing anything else. That's going to be, I actually have that as the number one. Oh no, I don't. You know what? Let's do it. When I'm offline, because that's going to be one massive sweep. One massive sweep. I have to harden up the build on desktop, and then we're going to go to mobile. All right, let's see. Not yet shipped. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, is there was a whole, if you really consider what happened in the last 10 years, you had a whole wave of, you know, you had the Dawkins, the Sam Harrisons, you know, the new atheists. You know, the atheist wave came, and then there was kind of a pushback. Then there was like a culture war, 2016, 2017, 2018. Then there was just a lot of fighting in the streets. There was literally riots all over the place. Not riots like 2020 riots in New York City, but I just remember walking out of I was on the phone call and someone's like, do you see what's happening outside your office? And I was like, yeah, I don't know what that's for. Because I was like, I already know they're trying to make me think a certain way. And then COVID came around, then Jordan Peterson was big, and then, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk was big, Tony Robbins-ish, kind of, not really. Then like business people came into the realm, like Elon Musk. And then there was a shift in like 2021, 2022, where people on the right and left were kind of switching sides. Then you had like Joe Rogan became popular. And now today it's totally different. It's very, I kind of like it where it is today. There's just really 3 camps. There's people that remain online, fight online. That's one camp. Then you have people that are a hybrid like me, that knows what's going on, but deciphers offline how this is going to affect me. And then you have people that are completely just don't care about anything. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I like it. I'm glad. It's just, society needed to be punched in the face, and that's what happened. Society needed to be punched in the face. That's really what it is. And we're coming out of that. All right, so this is the deleted articles. And it is, okay, 2 commits over the full scope of what you asked for. Are you happy with vibe coding articles and the pivot articles that they are AEO and SEO optimized? We need this to be pulled in by AI engines and search engines. Like, I get it. when I see, people showing up and talking about data centers and, I get it. I understand. They're really loud. They take the town's resources. However, the data center if you put it out in the middle of nowhere, you put it out in the ocean, you put it in space, whatever, I don't know, wherever, that's above my pay grade. But you put in nuclear, so now we're not doing coal, oil, natural gas. We do nuclear. Our bills are going to go down. But they don't want that to happen. So that's where I come in. I also need a smart wife, that's for sure. I went out on some dates recently, or not recently, like my last dates, and I'm just thinking, I wouldn't be able to have a conversation with this woman. Very pretty, she's an attorney, very smart, congratulations. Are you doing this on the, oh, okay. Oh, that was 7 days ago. Okay, that was fixed. Thanks, Jace. Oh, you can't even click on the names. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, that's a bug right there. That's a bug. All right, let's go like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think society needed to be punched in the face because we were just going off the rails. We were going off the rails. Just drinking, sleeping around, just anything went. There was no truth. Just, I was part of it, so I can't say, I participated. Process is still spinning up. Let me wait for the notifications. That's going on visuals. You know what was an issue going back to the mobile, by the way, is it wasn't in my Claude or my memory markdown files to do a mobile pass. I noticed that yesterday. I was building, and it said one thing that it did not do was build for mobile first. It built for desktop, unfortunately. All right, so native app. Yeah, so I tried that. It's called a PWA, which is free. I don't know what it stands for. Don't ask me what it stands for. Oh yeah, there you go, PWA. Very popular nowadays, making PWA instead of native apps these days. I don't get your comment. Native app better, basically. I disagree, but it's a free country. All right, there we go. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. The art of disagreement. Very, very rare today. What I did, the highest artist. Okay, there we go. The comments under the feature request do not have the hover like it does on the original post. Look at the screenshot and make sure anyone commenting also has the hover over the username. Want me to tackle? Yes. We need to get that out. So PWA. PWA is a completely separate build that I would have to monitor alongside this. And how do I know that? Because on my phone, well, yeah, I'm not showing anything that's crazy. Oh, someone's calling. I don't know if you could see it, but I have something that is a triathlon. It's an app, and it's my triathlon coach. Probably didn't see it. I just looked at the video, probably didn't see it. But there's something called Triathlon app. It's my triathlon coach. And unfortunately, I thought it mirrored the website. And essentially, it's a separate app that does not. And I'm using, there will be. And the pivot is actually going to be very important. Very important. Because so much happened in the last 3 days. You know, when you go live for 28 days and you actually build a community that people are actually going into, and it's yours. It's not like School or Circle or Facebook or, Discord or whatever. Like, you own the software. It's on your server. It's on your computer. And then you go out and you touch sand, literally. I went to the beach both days, Saturday and Sunday. And you see society. And then you read what's going on. You see both. That's what I was talking about. You have people that live online and they're fighting online and they're Twitter and X, and you should be on X. No. I think it's very feminine. But then I'm a hybrid. I know what's going on online, and I also touch sand and grass, obviously sand this weekend. And then you see all these people that are society. They are society. They are the ones giving taxes, the ones that are going to the voting booth, the ones that are going and sitting in traffic and, you know, going to the supermarkets, like real society. New York City is not real society. New York City is a combination of tourists, people that are commuters, and then people who live there. So it's not real society. What I noticed is that real society is going to be disrupted extremely hard. And the thing is, there's going to be mass layoffs at the highest levels that trickle down to every single person. And it's going to be despair, it's going to be hopelessness, and then government's going to come in with a solution. You know, that's probably 2030, but there's going to be, for the next, you know, 3 to 4 years, people that are champion, like me, AI, and earn your own living and be a small C creator. Whether it's content, whether you're building something in your backyard, whatever, create. You have to use, men were creators, lowercase c. Men were creators. We created with our hands. We created, you know, architecturally, painting, music, everything, Beethoven, Bach. We were singers. We were, you know, art, anything. We're men. Now we don't create anymore. We just go to a job and we just get paid. So life now revolves around capital instead of labor. And that's a huge transition for humanity. The future is going to be an even bigger transition where it's not even going to be revolving around humans. And, you know, I'm spitballing as I speak right now, but seeing humanity and these people, it's going to be very disruptive. It's going to be very disruptive. And what I'm going to do is distill all the stories and give some hope about, you don't have to be working at Goldman for 50 years making $550,000 along with a $200,000 bonus. You can make $200,000, $100,000, live in the middle of nowhere and have be content with life, you know? Because there will be massive disruption, people in the streets. Ray Dalio's already talked about that. He's a billionaire who owns Bridgewater and Associates. His book is called Principles. Then he came out with another one, which is New World Order or New World something. I don't know what it's called. Like, it's very Davos-like. But he's in those circles. And, you know, he talks about empires have a 300-year history, 300 years. But the thing is, I don't believe in that right now, because at that time, there's a lot of conquering there's no conquering anymore. It's just stable. You know, so you know, we're not going to go into Canada and conquer Canada. And now Canada no longer exists. As much as people say, oh, we're going to take Greenland. No, it's not happening. But I do recommend that. Your AI can use your CLI. If you have a web UI and a CLI, why do you need to build out native? I don't know what that means. I am not someone who went into coding school, so I don't know what that means. But I am going to have it mobile first. That is very important. Very important. Yeah, if anything, people are going to have me on the background like Mark and just be like, oh, okay, I don't care about what he's building, but I want to hear about what this means to me. You know, how does this affect my family? And I think, I look around New York City, there's a huge amount of women in the workforce. I think it's overwhelming women in New York City. And I think there's going to be a trend of women that, and there is now, you can see there's a, you know, regardless of what you think about the Catholic faith, there's huge contingency of men and women that are in their early 20s. When I was out in, you know, West Chelsea and Soho and, you know, going to after parties after after parties, these kids are going to church. That was not a thing. That's a trend to look after. That is definitely a trend to look after. All right. So these, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Are they changing the slug? That's a trend to look after though, by the way, is kids that are, view the reply. Okay. This is a poll. Oh, minute. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting. Let's see if it actually links it. That's interesting. No, it doesn't. Okay. I could put that, I could fix that. That's a good fix. Yeah, in the dating world, for the ladies to be going after men and wanting to get married, I think that's going to continue. Because there's a lot of guys I know that are just not even considering getting married. It's not even on their mind. And in general, there's more women than men in society. So I think that's going to be a huge economy. Unmarried and traveling together, men and women. Is that a reply? Should that be, yeah, that should be tiered a little bit better. When doing the replies, have the replies kind of right of the original post that it's replying to, so people understand it's a reply to the original post. Also, when I put in the numbers, it should be going to that part of the video. When I click it, nothing happens. I am working on the pivot in another chat. Real Tracks. What's going on? He joined Anthropic? What? Oh my gosh. Swinging a hammer and drilling through concrete. Yeah, dude, you got to think of the future. I was watching a couple of guys that were drilling on the side of the road, and I'm like, none of them were wearing ear protection. You still can't sign in? I can make accounts and log to them within not even 30 seconds. Mark Miller, if you still can't sign in, then it is on your end. I can make accounts and log in to them. That is interesting. I did not know that. No, I approved Mark Miller. Let's go with this. Yeah, I can't believe that Karpathy, however you say his name, joined Anthropic. What is his salary? What is his salary? Okay, so this was on the adding a hover to, okay, so that works. That was easy. That was easy. Let's see what the games, all right. All right, boys and girls, we now have a games area. Uh-oh. Tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe. Uh-oh. Chuck versus Tracks. Oh, dude, I cannot play chess. I cannot play chess. Open a challenge. Yeah, see, this is, I don't understand why they do this. No idea why they do this. Like, the rating in the played should be up here by chess. The open challenge member should be on the same row. We are adding that. I don't have a pen and paper around me, but we are adding that as a design. We're adding that as a design. All right, let's go over here. All right, boys, go into the games and start giving me all the bugs. Start giving me all the bugs. I am definitely going to, I also want one of those shooter games. Paperboy, that's what I was thinking about before, Paperboy. All right, this needs to be, let's bring this down here. I never even played, I haven't even signed in today. Oh boy, he's losing his... This is the UI of games. What I want you to do is add the rating and played on the same row as the game name. So chess, add it on that row and do it for all the games. Also, open challenge and challenge a member should be on the same row as well. Add into the design that I prefer items on the same row than adding below in different rows. In other words, where we can put things on the same row that are the same, add it to the same row. Open challenge and challenge a member should be on the same row. That's what I'm saying. And if you don't know what I'm saying, don't put it into the design. What the? What is going on? Does anyone hear that? Where's that playing? That was weird. I just heard me in the background. I don't know if you heard that. If you don't know what a comment means, you should ask AI what it means. Also, I hit login, put in email. It says, looks like you are new, then says we will send you magic link. Okay. So I can't believe The Rock was in Doom 2005. He looks so bad. What does that mean? The Rock was in Doom 2005? What does that mean? Yes, starred in the... Wow. That is before you start taking things. Holy cow, dude. Was that a good movie? Wow. I don't think I've seen such a huge amount of stars and at 5.2. That is brutal. Hold on one second. I hear me in the background. I don't know what's going on.
It was probably one of the best long movies ever.
I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, what does The Rock look like now? Didn't he go through, didn't he get off the juice? And like a photo came out and he looked like, was it The Rock or someone else? Gosh, I wouldn't say anything about that anymore, but that's an industry that I knew someone who told me about that in like a while ago, the music industry and everything about it. And I was just out of college and I was like, dude, none of that makes sense. What you're saying to me right now. I think you're making that up. And the guy was in the music industry. All right, committed. Both fixed, shipped. Okay, so that should be the comments right here. Let's refresh. Let's go down. All right. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. Now we need to test 0. I don't like that it auto plays. That I don't like. I don't also like what happened there. And let's go over here. Okay. That was weird. That was weird. Let's go over here. All right. Be quiet, Charles. Be quiet. All right, let's go over here. Doom is a crazy franchise. In fact, you could try add one of the Doom is playable through a browser. Yeah, Doom is playable through a browser. Really? That's crazy if it is. I remember that. The original Doom was, I got Doom 1993 on my, yeah, the original Doom was unbelievable. I remember a buddy got it and we were just like, we're playing this all day. We're like, what game is this? This game is unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let's go with this. Okay. When you add a comment, the replies to the original comment shift back to the original state that it was and not under the tree tiered that it, all right, I don't know what I was saying there. I don't know what I was saying there. Get out there. All right, let's go over, what is this? Hover effect on the username. All right, let's clear that. Any other bugs? Further bucket. These are real, but lower ROIs. Okay. Yes. Do that. Perfectly. That might be not the best if that's all working on the same thing. Really, he unblocked me. Also, my page is still blocked and still need the VPN. Yeah, the original. All right. I haven't been in the admin area in a while because the amount of bugs stacked up to ridiculous levels. Okay, let's... Oh, look at that. Incoming challenges. Are those real? Or is that fake? This needs a better user experience. You drop pink discs. All right, match game. Connect 4. Waiting for Aaron. Let's go, Aaron. All right. Wow. Imagine having Doom. Can you have Doom, the game, as a open source or find a way to put that into the game's left navigation area as an option that people can play? Unless that takes too much server, which then we're not going to do because we're going to be humming. Minesweep? Oh my gosh. What about Minesweep? It's going to say mind because I said mind. Minesweep. Dude, I can't believe that. I forgot about that. Minesweep. Oh my gosh. Let's look that up. Let's look that up. Minesweep. What? What kind of... Remember this? Does anyone remember this? Holy cow, dude. Holy cow, that just brought back some memories. That was one of the best. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? I remember that. Oh my gosh, that is funny. That's got to be open source somewhere. That's got to be open source somewhere. All of this should be live. All right, send. All right, let's go to latest. Anything? Uh-oh. What does the 1 mean? Connect 4, your turn. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I am terrible at Connect 4, by the way. So, like right there, that should not have happened. Now you're gonna go to number 2. Is it me and Aaron online? Dude, that's cool. I like this. How do we make this? Let's go like this. What is the user experience? How do we upgrade this? Because I think a lot of people will play some games. I haven't played a game. I made fun of people who played games. Both buttons, okay. Based on the screenshots that I have, one is an individual game and the other one is of the game's area. How would you upgrade this? Bro, just gonna get all the arcade games. Yeah, exactly. Remember when I made like 30 bugs? Oh yeah, no, those were real, by the way. Those were all real. All right, let's go. These should be tabs. These should be tabs. I'm thinking they should be tabs. Incoming challenges. Play. Oh, they only have 4? Where the heck is... Imagine if we have really good games like the Game of Life. Or Monopoly. That would be fun. Monopoly. Oh, now we're cooking with grease right there. Would we turn some of them into tabs? I don't want you to do anything, but I also want to ensure that it is a better user experience. And also on the individual game towards the bottom left, there's a weird and it's actually right here. This guy right here. There you go. I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there. There's a weird thing that, all right, let's send that out. Doom and Minesweeper. Which project left? Dude, are you kidding me? Did you go out last night, Claude? When did we go to Bones? By the way, why is this a thing? Gave a, have that as a game. Charles, add GTA 6 to the website before the actual GTA 6. Do you understand GTA when it came out? It was so violent at the time in the 90s. That and Resident Evil that my buddy's parents did not allow him to get it. They took that rating seriously. You can make fun of it all that you want, but that's how society was. Society was like way, way more, is this good or bad for my kid? Instead of, oh yeah, no, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. You know, it's called relativism, where everything is relative. You can do whatever you want. There's no truth. Everything is just whatever your truth is. There's no like natural truth. All right. So apparently it fixed the. I also want to really get these pivots into like really good area. Obviously, those are unclickable. I'm gonna go through that after stream because that's not as exciting. That's not as exciting. Yeah. The amount of money, I was telling my mom, the amount of money. Yep, here you go. Here you go. This is all to keep people in one place. And then you don't buy. Rates are too high. Fuel costs are too high. The guy, I was filling up the car this weekend. The guy to my left stopped at $100. He stopped at $100. I'm like, dude, if he kept on going, like how big are flatbeds? You know, like a Toyota Tacoma or something like that. I don't know, I've never owned a car. Oh my gosh, Tim Cook is doing the final Gemini-powered Siri experience. Gemini-powered Siri experience. Oh my gosh, I gotta leave that open. I'm gonna have to read into all that news. I'm gonna have to, and then by the way, healthcare is gonna go up. That's wonderful. It's more about sick care, by the way. It's all about sick care. Look at that. The ACA, Affordable Care Act. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. If there's any way to bring what I would do. Okay. So this is what it recommends. Let's close down. That's Minesweep. That is improved community features. Okay, so that's being built. We can close this down. That's the video. Let's go into the video games. Lobby. Dude, Halo was the first time that he could talk crap to each other, and we were vicious. I don't know what it's like now. I think it's like unhinged, but back in the day, it was actually funny. It wasn't just, you know, cursing and whatever. It was fun. It was like intelligent humor. I don't know. Yes, tabs. Yes. Lobby, my recommended cut. 3 tabs. Play fix. Kill the bottom. Yes. Last move highlight on the board. Yes. What I would not do. Don't go full. No clocks. No rated casual. Don't tab the play page itself. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take the prompt. Let's go with this prompt. Do all the hardest ones first. Let's go over there. Let's go like that. Video timestamp. Let's get the video timestamp. Let's get the chat back up. Resident Evil, yeah. Relativism. Relativism was the worst thing that could ever have happened to this world. That was the Enlightenment that started in the 1500s with the Protestant revolt. And it was the worst thing that happened. Anyone has truth, there's no truth, there is no natural order, there is no nothing. Everything is just chaos, and we just happen to get here by chaos. And I'm glad people are pushing back on that. Because there is no my truth, because relativism leads to moral decay, and then you have a dictator come in, and then you have the entire 1900s, early 1900s, where everyone was just getting slaughtered. Oh, here we go. Let's refresh. Okay. Okay, so that's good. 32. Did it start playing at 32? No. Let's go down here. I don't even know. Oh, it did. Okay. Okay. It did. It did. Good boy. Good boy. All right. What's going on? I think he's trying for the 1993. Yeah, I was gonna say that would be way too big, I think. Doom, I would open source the engine in 1997. Yeah, okay, that's probably way too big. Pure browser, 5 megs, no plugin controls, desktop. The full Ultimate Doom is not free. We stick with shareware. Yeah, I don't know about that. Minesweep. Okay. I'd rate it as trade-off to Flag. Yeah. Oh, Solitaire. Games is a top-level destination. Members will ask for more Solitaire. That's a good one. And Tetris. We're deciding now. Yeah, let's go with Solitaire and Tetris. See if there's any open source on those games instead of you building it yourself. We'll probably skip Doom and see if there's a Minesweeper open source somewhere. We don't want anything that is server intensive. All right. Space Invaders. Yeah, buddy. I mean, theoretically, you can make the render, but he won't know what he is looking at. Yeah. Yeah. At Real Tracks. I think he's trying for the 93. Yeah, that was the 97 version, I guess. Still the further improvement. Tighten the fast ground LM. This is the same thing, bro. I said do it. Why are you coming back every single time? Why are you coming back and doing the exact same thing? Auto tweets. Don't auto tweet drafts that score below that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be today's build. Mobile, pivot, and vibe coding. Also, I went live today. That should be, well, actually no, the cron job is later on. By the way, this is what I'm talking about. They're all invested in each other. They're all invested in each other. So when you're like this versus that, there is no this versus that. It's just they diversified. What else do they have? What games do they have? Projects? Nope. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They are bigger than I thought. Oh my gosh. They got chat in there too? Holy cow. Wow. Who built this out? Well, Charles, it said on the front. It was MIT. I think a lot of the big SaaS companies are going to lose money. They're just going to continuously lose and bleed customers as people Solitaire, Tetris, Minesweep. Okay, trade-off worth flagging. Solitaire is... the other picks are MIT. Actually, let's go into here. Let's see what else is in here. What else from here as well? What we want to have is games that are desired by the members, but not server heavy. Let's go with this. It's so interesting going into picking a wife. You're like, this is someone I would date, but I need a wife. I saw my buddy at the beach, and dude he looked so rich. Just him, his wife, 2 kids, just kicking it. You know, he's a handsome fella. He was always like top of the class, great baseball pitcher, just winning in life. He's an attorney, makes a lot of money. He lives in a great area. He's a baseball coach. It's like, dude, you're winning. You're rich, okay? Not financially. Yes, he has money. He has shekels, but like, you see that? Kids are playing around. Saw this other guy. He was turning the corner. Tall guy, like 6'5", 6'6". It looked like he had 5 kids. I was like, I wanted to say that to him. Like, dude, you're rich. But he monetarily looked rich, and he would have taken that way. But I'm like, Charles, you know, we're not online. You're in real life. You're in real life. You're trying to find out the best way to do your triathlon training, you know. Wordle? Does anyone play Wordle? Does anyone play Wordle? You know? Check DMs. Wait, isn't on not on Mac? Wait, isn't Charles on Mac? Is not Mac. Well, does that mean it can't render? I don't know about the check the DMs. I heard the bleep. Are we publicly? Yeah, so why is this the thing? All right, let's go down here. We don't want anything. Would Doom 1997 be too hard for Claude to add to your server? If by Doom 97 you mean Doom 64, then no, it's not too big, it's not too heavy, not too hard. 30 to 50 megs, that's it. Very low CPU. Runs on basically anything. Has multiple open source. Interesting. Well, oh, okay. Snake. Oh my gosh. Dude, are you kidding me? Snake? That's wild. I haven't heard, I don't think we should autoplay videos. No, I don't think that's a good, oh yeah, we gotta go to 1. I wish you could be able to click the thing. And then this should be at the bottom. That's like, now that's for each one. Let's see what it looks like now. One match needs your move. Your turn. What, you already went? What? How'd you go already? What the heck is going on? All right. I like this. All right, that's clean. Games, that doesn't need to be there. That's a bad user experience. Pick a game. See, again, this should not be a new line. This should be on the same line, going across here. This also doesn't need to be so big, right here. This should be, I don't know, like up here on the left side. This should be like right here. Hold, please. All right. You know what? Let's do, I don't know what this game is. Have you ever heard of that? 2048? Wordle? Let's do Snake and, well, let's do this. Because I already have, whoops. Let's close that out. Let's go over here, games. We already have Connect 4, checkers, and chess. See this page. What are the 5 games you would recommend after this? Oh my gosh, Pac-Man? Oh gosh, that is great. Actually, yeah. Tetris, Solitaire, Minesweep. Yep, let's do that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Build these. Let's do that. Then we're gonna have challenges. We're gonna have like a 1 hour challenge. Everybody goes in. Who can, oh, we could do like playoffs. Playoffs? We could do playoffs. That'd be cool. By the way, may we look into the leaderboard and see what the problem might be. That's why I stayed away from new Max. Think about the video games too much. Thinking about, yeah, that's low-key valid. I personally, all right. Well, are there any bugs? What? Oh, there's a bug right there. By the way, I saw a video. I don't know why it popped up. It was, I don't even know why Instagram served it up to me. This kid fixed the timestamp. Okay, that's good. This kid got the, oh, you know what? It was Red Bull. Red Bull sponsored a kid who had the most amount of clicks in whatever amount of time. It was, he averaged 12 clicks a second, or over 12 clicks a second for some crazy amount of time. Some crazy amount of time. The emoji picker in the feed opens a native browser. We should use our custom, also used in the feeds. Come again? iCharles said emoji for this option. Hold on. That is what the feed does? That's silliness. Brilliant idea. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That is a, Iran turns to Bitcoin for shipping insurance through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has a plan, by the way, it's not Iran, it's Iran. Iran has a plan to use Bitcoin as payment for insuring ships looking to transit the Strait of Hormuz. What? By the way, Business Insider is not a trusted source. Just throwing it out there. Just, ooh, that's clean. That's clean right there. That's clean. I like that. I like that. So you're saying, by the way, that also is not working. Oh yeah. Test. Test. You're saying the emojis don't work? Emoji for this option. Oh. Yugly. Yugly. That's a yugly. Or as, I don't know if I like the saving. The post saving. Oh wow, there it is. All right, let's go over here. That and we'll add in this bug too. Let's go with copy to CLUD. We'll say, someone's restarting the server. Also, when you look at the other screenshot, you'll notice that when you close out, or when you delete the actual post, not the items in the poll, but the post, the items in the poll remain, and it gives that ugly user experience. If someone deletes the post, remove the poll as well. Only if they click off of the poll, not when they delete the post, but when they delete the post and click off of the post, the poll should close. There we go. Uh-oh. Leaderboard. Mohammed, what are we doing, Mohammed? What are we doing, Mohammed? Are we, here we go. The poll options when creating a poll in the feed should be reordered by dragging, oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. We'll say completed because that's easy. We'll add that into this chat. This guy is still banging away. Beautiful. The new page now renders. Okay, the Connect 4. I can't send this guy because this guy is still working right here. Investigate the deleted articles. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to go over the articles. I wish I had a pen and pad. Well, the good news is the Long Island Railroad is probably going to be up and running. Username Aaron. Aaron dropping some missiles in the Games tab. Request multiple games. One user should probably... In the game, New Games tab, is it possible to request multiple games? One user should probably only be able to request one game. No. Because someone could be playing multiple games. Someone could be playing multiple games. I appreciate it, but that, my friend, will have multiple games going on. You got, you know, you're playing against me, then you're playing against someone else, then you got chess open, you're doing Battleship. Maybe it's a picture-in-picture. I could see the games being kind of a cool thing where you kind of have like playoffs. Everyone goes like this and it's like a bracket. You keep on going to like the championship and then people can even be watching it. Yeah, Charles, okay, says the guy. When I go offline, my game request should close. When I go offline, my game request should close unless they stay open with a offline user who are offline. When I go offline, yes, I'm tracking unless they stay open with an offline user and players accept ones for players who are offline. I don't get what you're putting down. When I go offline, my game requests should close unless they stay open with an offline user and players accept ones for players who are offline. I'm gonna leave that open because I sort of get the first half. Can't reach this page. Okay. When clicking on the username in the bugs section, it opens a page which doesn't exist. Probably should open to the... Got it. Yeah, that's a bug. That's a buggy bug. All right. Let's go with this. 5 games I would add to the lobby ranked by member appeal. Okay. Let's do this. I have never heard of... Let's do these. Yeah, build those. All right. Thank you for your service. We are going to clear you. Going to go over here. And we are going to send that. And then we're going to go to... Muhammad is potentially found a route around... yeah, he did. Mythic Muhammad Ali. That's interesting. It spins here, but it doesn't spin there. Huh. Smurfs. What's Smurfs up to? Okay. We'll have to see what Muhammad's doing. What's Muhammad doing? All right, Aaron. Let's go. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's open up Muhammad. Let's see what he's doing. Find out how has so many points. Clearly there is an exploit somewhere. Okay. Take a look at the leaderboard point system here. In like 10,000 points this week. He spent most of them on a badge and spinning an avatar and a name. I think I know what Muhammad is doing. However, I don't know he's repeatedly doing it unless he's bypassing the rate limit somehow. Yeah, well, we shall find out live. We shall find out live. Muhammad, you know, maybe there's a back door. Maybe there's a back door somewhere. Yeah, today's pivot is going to be good. I'm just going to go all in on today's pivot. All right, is this one done? That's still going. Add Doom and Minesweep. Okay, so they're looking at Muhammad, why he's doing that. This guy is still going, fix the usernames. All right. Let's see what the usage is. Let's go over here. And let's see what Claude, look at that, dude. Look at that. 23%, dude. That's great. That is great. Now we just need Charles to be consistent on putting out videos, short form videos, instead of only lives. So YouTube understands what the algorithm is, and those videos are going to be pivots. I think people liked the pivot, to be honest, because I'm just going all in on the truth. All right, so those are going. We only see 4 games in play. That is interesting. How many games? There should be more. Inbox, what does 3 mean? Refresh, what does 3 mean? 3, okay. 2 incoming challenges. You actually think I'm gonna play, and I don't even know what Gamo Q is. Okay. Direct challenge. Open challenge. Rating. Let's see, are the ratings actually real? Are the ratings actually real? That data needs to be real. Where are we at? Let's go to... Okay, so now it's adding Solitaire, Tetris, and Minesweep. Dude, Solitaire... Okay, I was gonna say, that said 400 megs for Solitaire. What is that? Down from Solitaire, 7.4 megs. All right, Tetris, yeah, these are small. Total 9, acceptable. Okay, good. By the way, Muhammad is supposed to be banned for a week. However, I've seen him still active and making points somehow. Yeah, well, I think the banning was a little too liberal. I went ham on the ban. I was like, ban them. But that's like if someone is... See, that's the difference. The community is essentially going to be people paying for... It's not going to be... The community is going to be paying people who want to come together. The value is not going to be just, you know, games and posts and whatever. The value is going to be, okay, how do I vibe code? How do I solopreneur? How do I... Give me ideas. I'm a real estate agent in Texas and I created my own website, CRM, and things like that. They're not really going to be in there for the points. The points are going to be good. The points are going to be used towards getting money off their membership, but the future is going to be very different than what it is right now. Like the people who join are going to be other vibe coders or whatnot. There's probably going to be designers and, you know, data architects and things like that. But the people I talk to in real life who I would invite to the community, and I have 2 big dinners that I'm going to. And, you know, everyone always asks, they go, what do you do? And do I say real estate agent anymore? Or do I say, ladies, I vibe code, I go live every single day. So you want to see me at work every single day, then you know, join the vibe coding community. We have the biggest vibe coding community in the entire world. It's radically expanding from 24 to 25 members. Oh, or am I going to be like, we talk about everything. That's what we talk about. We talk about everything. Investigates the points. All right. Well, let's bring this down here in case there's any sensitive information. Okay. Let's go down here. All right. Video comment. Oh my gosh. Video comment is 4,000. Follow 3,800. Defense. Okay. DMs. Follows. Okay. Okay. Fixes needed. Yes. Yes. Let's do that. Let's do this prompt. Do that. Okay, let's send that. Send that, brah. Send that, brah. We don't want anyone exploiting our point system now, do we? No, do we? You have too many points. You have too many points. Ban them. All right, that's good. All right, stop tinkering. So I could bring the window back up. The point system was more of a gamification of the build. It's a gamification. You log in, you're a new member, because that's how people stay. People stay because I have to give value, or else they're just gonna churn, which means leave. There's gonna be a big churn. Once they start paying $39, there has to be good value. And the biggest part of the value is gonna be the videos that I make just for the, all right, Oura Ring, it's ready. By the way, my Oura Ring battery is terrible. It's like every 2 days I have to, I can't get the freaking Oura Ring off the, there we go. Oh, beautiful. The Osmo is 10% battery, so that's about to die. Fix emoji picker. So that should be fixed. That should be fixed. Oh, we're restarting the server. Whose turn is it? Let's block you there. Why does it fail? Why did you didn't allow me? Oh boy, am I gonna lose? Am I gonna lose arcade? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I gave you the freaking URL. Ugh. 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 You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Why would you build arcade? Do they even work? They don't even work. All right. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, no. No. Why are you putting in a new URL? Oh my gosh. You bum. Copy. All right. Why did you add in the arcade to the menu and a totally different area? I gave you the URL on where you're adding it to. It's this one. Oh my gosh. Was this guy at the watering hole? Was this guy coming off the 19th hole? Oh. I put in the wrong one. Crap. Crying out loud. Go in here. Go in here. And this was... okay. All right. Forget that last prompt. Keep going. All right. That was investigating, my boy. And... okay, so that's done. That was the polling. Check the poll. Here's the second one for the poll. And this was... okay, that was easy. That was done. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Nobody cares about the games, do we? Do we? We'll have a couple of games. Nice new feature. All right, what's the chat saying? Nice one, ban. Chess is so bad. Design, the UX is terrible. As long as the voice with the ladies, you'll be good. Everything died again. Yeah, dead. Back. Charles, your internet is laggy. Yeah, I don't know.